My name is Joshua McAfee. I am a freshman civil engineering major here at Savannah State University, and today I will be discussing my visual arts course during this mini semester. Visual arts is a class that gives students a reason to conduct in-depth study about art, whether that be the simple things such as sketches and drawings to more complex works like sculptures and paintings, or even anything that can be created primarily for visual perception. The art that is discussed in this class comes from numerous time periods and artists that use distinct artistic elements and principles that contribute to each of the major artistic styles that we know today. Among these styles, I find the most influential to me to be the Harlem Renaissance. The Harlem Renaissance was a time period of expression within African American society that promoted the thought and or idea to combine messages about what it is like to be an African American in the 1920s with fine arts while preserving and creating a new culture. Aaron Douglas, an African American artist that primarily painted murals and covers for black public for exemplifying the new Negro philosophy, a term that made popular by Alan Leroy Locke, an African American writer and philosopher and also patron to the arts. The New Negro movement is a term that was used to imply that the individuals of the time were outspoken about the refusal to submit to the oppression that they faced during the racial segregation of Jim Crow. A prime example of this type of art would be Jacob Lawrence's Bar and Grill, created in 1941. Although this work wasn't created during the 20s, it depicts both whites and blacks in a bar, being separated by a wall, which is a case that was the norm during this time. Lawrence's work is largely made up of lines that are used in a repetitive manner to create most of the environment in the picture. The artist wanted to create something that would show the different worlds that blacks and whites lived in. The whites in a cool environment with a fan, and the blacks left in the elements without one. This is most likely due to the belief that blacks did not feel or experience the same things that whites do. Another topic that I found very influential throughout my being and studying within this class includes the works of modernism. Modernism can be defined as the radical break within the past and the concurrent search for new forms of expression. This in turn creates artwork that throws away traditional styles in order to experiment and create new ones. Modernist photography focuses on the detail and the combinations of lines and shapes that create fascinating forms from the things that we see around us. The works of Edward Stedman illustrate just that. Works like Stedman's Nude with Cat and The Wheelbarrow and with Flower Pots. Nude with Cat pushes the typical traditions of art with its blurry composition and naked ladies. Wheelbarrow, however, is a photo that shows the great amount of detail from the aged wheelbarrow and pots to the lines in the picture that are formed by the pots themselves. This creates an interesting look when all factors are considered. These aspects are significant because it created a new way for photographers to look at art, taking it from images that just capture a moment to photos that can make an impact on the world through breathtaking compositions. To conclude, I would say that being in this visual arts class has opened my mind to various cultures as well as educate me about the ones that I already know of.